Welcome everyone, good morning, and welcome to your morning vlog. I forgot to do one yesterday. I think I also forgot to do one Saturday. I don't remember. But, I'm remembering today, so that's what matters. It is 5:32 on the 13th of December today. So that way I'm not recording these early. And I think I can show off. Let me minimize my Discord. Oh, you can't see the thing. Oh well. So, today I just got back from the gym. Did chest day, where I slammed out 4 sets of 5 and 1 set of 15, on top of a 17-minute run, and then doing some minor PR work personal records for my low rows at 120 pounds and my lat pull downs at 120 pounds. So pretty good day overall. I had a fun experience at the gym today, which I thought I'd share. So I was sitting there today, and I just finished up bench, and was doing my cool down workout, which is basically like this, I don't know how to describe it, but you basically take 2 dumbbells and then bring them together while you're laying on a bench, and then bring them out, and you're just trying to slow control. So I did 20 pounds at first and got up to 35, and then just bringing it back, and it's supposed to stretch the muscles. And I do this after my bench and my inclines. So as I'm sitting there, this gentleman comes in, really jacked dude, very, very fit, dude, fucking ideal body. And he comes over and he sits down next to me and starts doing this thing, and he goes, "Hey, I haven't seen you in here before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't seen you either." And he goes, "Are you new?" I'm like, "Yeah, just started working out here about a week ago." And he goes, "Oh, well, welcome to the gym." He's like, I've noticed you've been training here, or I saw the training record. Someone had been showing up at 3 a.m. I was curious." And I'm like, "Oh, I see guys in here at 2, so I'm not the only dude here at 3 a.m. Well, usually I am, but some people are getting up earlier and going in, and so I'm like, okay, whatever." And the guy goes, "I'm curious about something." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "So you don't have a trainer?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "How do you kind of keep going? What's got you motivated?" I'm like, interesting question for a first-time gym conversation. And I looked at him, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm just curious. You're kind of a bigger guy. You seem to have a routine down. I mean, you're even doing cool down reps, and you know what you're doing." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you a trainer?" I'm like, "Nope, definitely not." And so he goes, what was it? What was his question? He goes, "So, yeah, well, how do you do this?" And I'm like, "I mean, I like to work out." He's like, "No, seriously." I'm like, "I mean, I enjoy it. I've been doing training at the gym since I was in community college, 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, roughly. It'd be just about, it'd be 4 years, 2017. And he goes, "Okay, so you've been training every day?" I'm like, "No, God, no, not every day." I was like, when I was in community college, it was 5 days a week at noon to 1, because we only got 1 hour, because that was the only time the open weights were allowed, that we could go in. So I'd have to go in during my lunch hour, and then I'd just eat afterwards. And then I was like, when I got to university, I started getting up at 4 a.m. and taking train downtown to the university campus every day for about 2 hours, roughly 2 hours usually. And then I'd go work out for an hour and a half to 2 hours till, I went to work at 8 usually, in the school department I worked in. And he goes, "Okay, so you've been working out for a while, what's inspired you?" And I'm like, "I mean, I like to eat a lot, I like to eat junk food, I like to drink a lot of crap, coffee, a lot of coffee, and I like the taste of pre-workout." And he goes, "All right, funny guy." He's like, "Legit." And I'm like, "Legitimately, man, honestly, yeah, it started out because I enjoy eating. That's how I think every gym rat, whatever you want to call them, depending on your position, starts out doing." I was like, for me, 100%, that's where it started. And then I was like, as it went on, it became like a necessity. I had to work out in the morning to like go and train and really get, my energy out so that way I could kind of focus throughout the day. And he goes, okay, I see you do cardio. I'm like, yeah, I do cardio. He's like, you're what, 250? I'm like, ouch. Yeah, roughly, I'm about 234. Good news, I'm down 3 pounds. And he goes, he's like, so you do cardio, you do a rotation. He's like, you seem to know what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, I have a guy who gave me his training schedule, and I just kind of expanded on it, and changed up for what best fit for me. I said, and what I had for equipment to work with. And he goes, okay, so if you can do all that, then like, what I want to know, because I want to get my clients more motivated, and they're like average guys, so I want to kind of get your thought process. And I'm like, okay. I was like, there's two things that I think that get a guy in the gym. I don't know about women. I'm not going to claim to know anything about women. Ladies, you weigh in on your own topic. My experience, there's two reasons guys go into the gym. The first is to get women, or men, whatever their preference is, because they realize if they're fit, they're more likely to get people's attraction because they see other fit guys getting girls. It's not always guaranteed, but typically that's, like the more loosey-goosey kind of like general what a lot of guys come in for. I was one of them definitely for a while. My belief was if I was fit, I could get any girl I wanted. Turns out that's not true. They do actually expect you to have a personality besides, oh, I go to the gym. Especially when you don't have a six-pack. And I was like, and the second reason is honestly when you just get tired of the bullshit. And he goes, wait, tired of the bullshit, what do you mean? And I'm like, I think there's a breaking point in every, at least guy's life, where you finally just decide you're done. You're done being out of shape, you're done being the guy that gets passed over, you're done the guy that gets ignored. Something has to trigger you, and you have to finally just say, fuck this, I'm done being on the ground floor, and I'm just going to start going. I was like, I run for 17 minutes right now, a week, every day. Every day but Wednesday and Saturday. I run 17 minutes 4 times a week, which is roughly about almost 2 miles for me at my current pace. I'm working my way up to 30 minutes. I was like, every day I come home after running, and I have a mad rubbing mark that like is painful, hurts on my inner thighs because I'm fat. That's just how it is. I've got thick thighs, and because of that factor, it hurts like hell. And I was like, and I don't want to run the next day. And I was like, having that kind of pain, is really discouraging. You don't want to be here. You want to be done and just call it good. And I was like, the way I handle it, and the way I think a lot of guys do once they get to the point where they're just tired of being in that position of being skipped over, being ignored, being the guy that no one cares about, is they just ignore the pain and they keep going because they don't want to be in that position again. I think for one of the biggest things for me is when my depression definitely hits, especially around winter. December is like the worst for me. I become very angry all the time, very easily. I lash out at my friends, which, God, these people are saints for managing to put up with me and my anger. And being a redhead, I would say it's because I have red hair that I'm always angry, but that's not true. It's just I'm an angry person, and that's something I'm working on. I'm trying to get better at. And the gym definitely helps with that. Going to the gym and working out regularly does definitely help calm me down. But small things trigger me something fierce, and I explode, because I bottle my emotions, and I'm like, the gym is my way of getting out of that, trying to avoid that as much as possible. I mean, I've had one explosion this month, which is probably a record for me. I usually, by mid-December, have at least quit my friend group like 4 times, typically. It's not easy for me, and especially when I'm not dating and I'm single, I think it's even harder because I don't have someone there to talk to. Because I gave up on my therapy for now because I couldn't get the therapist I wanted. I don't like male therapists personally. I got nothing wrong with them, as I mentioned in a previous video. I just don't feel comfortable opening up to men, given how I was raised. But, there are plenty of very good male therapists out there that definitely can be of help. But I told the guy legit, I was like, that pain I get from my thighs rubbing, my muscles aching, my legs hurting, I was like, I had a blister on my foot. I had to go pop. That hurt so bad for like a week. I went and put a bunch of what do you call it, antibiotic cream on it to try and help it heal. I was like, but that's how it is, you know. You just kind of go. You just got to keep going. And I said, there is a point in every man's life where he's going to break and he's finally going to just push through. Regardless of whether he is capable, regardless of if he is wanting to, he's just going to. I was like, I honestly think one of the harder things once you get into that moment is not seeing the improvement you want. You know, they always say, hey, you go to the gym today, you're not going to see a change when you get home. You go to the gym tomorrow, you're not going to see a change. You go to the gym for a week, you're not going to see anything that's different. You go to the gym for a month, you might see a slight change. Your weight may go down a little, like 2-3 pounds. You might notice you got a little bit of a bicep now. But you go to the gym for a year, now you're starting to see some, you're slimming down, you're starting to see your abs pop up. You're starting to see your pecs kind of come out. Your arms are starting to get a little bit bigger. You're feeling more stronger, and you'll get these like weird like muscles here. I don't know what these are called, but you'll start to see them, and you'll start to see the definition coming in. At least for me. I was like, and that starts to make you feel good, and you want to keep going, and you want to keep seeing more and more of those results. And I said, and he goes, well, do you ever go back to that mentality where it's for, the opposite sex? Because, like, I need something to drive these guys. And I'm like, I still work out a lot of times, or some things in my mentality is, if you're in good shape, you're going to meet cuter girls, the girls that you're interested. Like, for me, I date way above my pay grade. Like, I am not a pretty dude. I know that. I'm not a strong and ripped dude. I know that. But I still chase after girls that are probably, like, 9s and 10s all the time. At least to me. Everyone's got their own taste. And I was like, as far as it goes, I just go at it, and that's who I chase. And I was like, and those girls don't want a fat guy. Like, I have a good personality. I'm funny most of the time. I'm entertaining, I'm doing something. And I got a good job. I've got a good life going for myself. So it definitely does help. I told him, I was like, straight up, after I think like the first year, you get over that mentality of, oh, I'm doing this for the girls. And I was like, the second mentality I think you get when you're going to the gym is, I'm doing this for my friends. Like, I want to work out with them. I want that kind of pairing. And it definitely does make going to the gym easier if you have a friend who's going. Because A, it gives you someone to compete against, and B, someone to work out with and talk to. For me, I don't do that. For me, I told him, I was like, straight up, it's competition. I enjoy competing and winning. To some, I would say I'm actually fanatical about winning. It's one of the reasons why whenever I go to a new job, within the first few months, I'm always trying to outperform the top performers. I'm trying to learn as much as I can to be the best employee, to get that pay raise. I'm money motivated, so I'm fierce, and I will work my ass off for that promotion. Or I'll go to another company that pays more, because they'll see my value. So I was like, yeah, for me right now, I was like, my biggest thing is I'm trying to outbeat my best friend. He works out every day, or 6 days a week, and he works his ass off, and he lifts way more than I do. He's like 40 pounds heavier than me. I was like, I gotta compete with this dude. I was like, I beat him in career. I'm making more money than he is. I got a higher education right now. Right now, he's working on his bachelor's degree. I'm like, as soon as he gets that, I gotta go get my master's. And the guy goes, but does he even know? I was like, probably not. Or he may, and he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't compete with me. I'm not on his level. I'm nowhere near his level. But yet, I'm the one out there training my ass off trying to beat him. I was like, and that's what it came down to me for me. I want to beat him. I want to be better than everyone else. I want to be the best. I want to compete. And so I was like, and that's the mentality that kind of just developed as time went on, that I had the chance to, and I had the opportunity to for once in my life, and I think that was unusual. I told him straight up, I was like, if they've got to that point where that line has been crossed where they just feel they have to train, they're not going to commit, Trainer, I looked at him straight and I was like, man, fitness trainers are good for two things. For actors who need to get fit real quick, respect to those guys, they do their job well. I mean, Jason Momoa, fucking ripped, fucking guy from, I can't remember the other movies. I want to say it's like Jason Todd or something like. I can't remember the dude's name. Bald dude, British actor. Dude is fit as hell, works his ass off, you know, and they have good trainers, you know. I was like, trainers are good for that, and I said the second thing fitness trainers are good for, in my opinion, is basically to give you an idea of what you could be. Honestly, I think they're for this. To be honest, what I actually said was they're good for training actors and they're good for training rich people to the ideal body. I was like, your average day guy doesn't need a trainer. He just needs a routine and he needs to be willing to stick to it. I was like, honestly, if they're coming to you already, they're not dedicated. Because if he was dedicated, he would have already looked up a routine, he would have started building some, or he would have just asked for a good routine. But the internet is full of routines. He's only using you so he has a reason to go, so he doesn't waste his gym membership. Because most of them, they pay for a gym membership and then go maybe once a month. Because it's their girlfriends or their wives want them to. I was like, most guys don't need a trainer. Most guys don't want a trainer. They're just if they are getting one, it's because either someone else is wanting them to, or because they're rich, or because they're an actor. Otherwise, no. I was like, you want to get your guys motivated, you're already losing right there. I was like, you need to tell, and he's like, well, I gotta make money too. I'm like, yeah, we all do. I was like, and that's why I got no issue with you doing your hustle. But I'm gonna be honest, a guy who really wants to work and really wants to train ain't gonna go to no fitness trainer. So I was like, but for you guys out there who are thinking about you want to go to the gym, you're watching these videos, you're like, man, I want to start working out. What's your advice? I was like, if you're at that point where you think you're ready to work out, make your own routine. You don't have to go to a gym. You could just do push-ups and sit-ups at home every day. It's harder. I think that going to the gym definitely forces you to get in that mindset, but you definitely can just go, I'm just going to work out from home. I did for a good year while I was living here. Yeah, honestly, that's my best advice is you guys can 100% just go. Once you're at that point, you're just going to want to go to the gym. You're just going to want to train. You're going to want to be the best. You're going to want to be able to eat what you want. You're going to want some cute girl to bother you. That's what it comes down to. And with working out comes success. 100%. You don't, the rich fat people you see, most of them inherited their money. You look at most of the self-made millionaires, now given when they get older, like all men, we get fat as we get older because our bodies start slowing down and it becomes harder to keep up. You can't judge them. Judge them when they're young. Most of them are very fit and typically very healthy looking. Now they're not shredded, they're not jacked, they're just healthy. And that's what you become. You become well off if you become fit. And I was like, fit is not fitness. Fit is mentally and physically. So eating right, training training often, every day, if you can, but like I said, take a rest day. And then, training yourself mentally, like reading books, doing that, that's how it goes. I grind constantly, constantly doing like stocks. I'm reading books whenever I can. I'm working 8 hours. I'm doing YouTube. I do Twitch. I then manage my own stuff for my job, figuring out my career, saving money for a house. I got so much going on at all times, and yet I still find time to be bored and not have something to do. And I read books, but I'm up at 3 a.m. To 7 p.m. typically. So that's kind of, and I told the guy straight, I'm like, you're already screwed if you get guys coming to you. Most won't be what you're thinking, because they're not going to train until they bleed. They're not going to train when they hurt. They're just going to want to sit at home and eat potato chips and feel better about themselves. They'll train with you once a week just so that way they can feel better about eating all week. They'll never make it, but they'll keep wasting money on you. So, but yeah, that's kind of what my day today. We're going to be doing probably some recording of Stellaris today to upload for the Zora stuff, and then hopefully finish that series today if I'm lucky. And then maybe tonight after D&D, we'll see about doing some more recording for either Minecraft or Tales of Alfred or RimWorld. I haven't decided. Need to do a new RimWorld series anyway, so I need to find a new mod pack to mess around in. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching these videos, and I hope you enjoyed these vlogs. If you have something you want me to talk about, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to, discuss random topics. So.